welcome to today's edition of Dream Firm Spotlight. My name is Tyler S. Clark, co-founder of Dream Firms, where we create generational wealth and impact for entrepreneurial accountants by systemizing how they attract, win, and retain the business of their dream clients. And to help you to do that just today, we are going to discuss how to make your startup accounting firm more valuable. And as I am known to say, the topic of value is something that feels somewhat kind of amorphous at times. A lot of people say, know your value. You got to be able to express your value. What's your value proposition? Value, 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 value. And that word is, again, a little hard to define, but I'm going to give you my go-to definition. We're going to use this as the bedrock for how to increase value overall. And value is a synonym for results. So in other words, when we're saying increase the value of your startup accounting firm, we have to be able to increase the results that you are capable of delivering back to your clients. And so there's really only two ways for you to be able to increase your value, to be able to deliver more results. And there are smart ways to go about both of these. And this is what we're going to be covering. The first one is increase your own skills on what you yourself are capable of delivering on. Now, this is the main problem with startup mentalities in general. Is you go and you decide to become a startup, you decide to start your own firm because you see the way the bigger firms, the regionals, the big four, how they're just treating their clients like numbers. They're making mistakes all the time. They don't really even care about the work at the end of the day. And you're saying, you know what, if I just went out on my own, I could deliver better service. And ultimately, if I was in full control, I could make more money for myself as well. I could deliver more impact to my clients, and I'd lead a better and healthier lifestyle and be amazing. And then the rubber meets the road. And you go, whoa, this is maybe not as easy. And you got to learn all of these skills outside of simply being the technician. Now you got to learn how to market. You got to learn how to sell. You got to learn how to deliver, not just on what your original expertise is, but perhaps you go, oh man, people are asking me for taxes. I feel like I got to learn taxes. That's a skill that you're learning. And you go, oh wait, now they're asking for bookkeeping. I've never really done that. I've been primarily a taxer. I've been primarily an auditor. I've been primarily in consulting. And so now you've got all these different requests that you are fielding. And here's a good rule of thumb to help you understand which requests you should field early on. I have a rule that I think is very applicable for startups. You don't necessarily know exactly what you should be saying no to and what you should be saying yes to in the beginning, which is natural. You're still learning. This is probably your first rodeo in entrepreneurship. And so you've got a lot of skills to learn. And one of the skills you have to learn is what to say no to and what to say yes to. And in the beginning, I want you to say yes to a lot of different things. I want you to be in a position where you're saying, you know what, to get to that first 6 figures in new revenue as quickly as possible, ideally in 12 months or less, that's what that award symbolizes. You want to be able to say yes, because you have to figure out what you don't like to do, what you're great at, and what you need to delegate. And that brings me to the second way, the only way to increase the level of results that you can provide. But the second way does not require you to be the end all be all to all things. And this is where entrepreneurship gets really weird, because when you first jump into it, you're saying, I will be in control. I will be the army of one. I will be the solopreneur. And then super fast, you realize, you go, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a lot that needs to be taken care of. Even something as simple as taking care of the books, and not to oversimplify that, but the data entry, making sure the clients are all on board, making sure they're getting you their financial statements, the administrative side of that. Whoa, that's time consuming. And I got to get to higher level, more money making activities faster. And you go, oh, man, maybe if I could just delegate this one piece. And so the second way is, now that you get further into entrepreneurship, you go, my time is not best spent doing all the things, wearing all the hats. You guys like that hat, by the way? Pretty cool hat. It's not wearing all the hats, right? And so the second way is you partner strategically, either internally with your own team members you bring on board. And when I say that, most people go, oh my goodness, I can't possibly hire anybody. I can't pay someone a $70,000 a year salary. Complete wrong mentality. You got to think of it from the perspective of you're not buying their time, you're buying your own time back at a discount, and you can start with 10 hours per week. You can start with an outsourced individual for administrative tasks where they're not getting access to secure client data. There's a lot of ways to gradually ease your way into this, and slowly you win back your time by delegating lower level activities. And so you can provide higher value services, more valuable services that aren't eating away your time. That's literally how you can create more value in a startup firm. Is you either have to learn the skills, which you should want to do, right? Like you have to embrace that. Got to pay down the time tax of ignorance. There's no way to escape it. And then on the other side here, you say, but for the things that I know I shouldn't be doing because I've already gone through it a little bit, well, how do I make sure that it gets done? Because I'm going to keep getting requests for taxes. I'm going to keep getting requests for things that I don't want to necessarily be responsible for, but I know are important to deliver to my clients because they keep asking for it. And it delivers back to them a result that is part of my overall service proposition to my clients, which is, let me take this off your hands. Let me be the back office that you need so that you too can grow your business. So this is a very simple concept of how to actually increase value. It's not meant to be complicated. Increase your own skill set. Learn how to do it at a higher level. That could be something as simple as you got to lean into a software tool and learn how to use it better. There's a lot of great tools out there, right? Spotlight, Fathom, LivePlan. I could keep going. And that's how you start to get these really powerful dashboards. They also have advisory boot camps as a part of many of these software tools. And so you're learning this skill so that you can go and market it, that you can upsell your clients with. And then the second part of this is the other things that you don't want to do, or you just realize through trial and error that you're like, these are valuable things, but they're not valuable uses of my time in particular, which is a completely acceptable position. You go, but who would love to do this? Who's earlier in their career than I am that would love the opportunity to learn this skill that I've taken all of this hard time all this time to learn through trial and error, to be able to give to them just the most efficient way possible, to reconcile the bank, right? To fill out the tax returns, to do whatever it is that needs to be done. And then you simply have that leverage now on your side, which allows your firm to become more valuable. So that's it. There's no other way to say it. A lot of people like to make the concept of value something that's complicated, or they make it sound almost like mystical. It's results. You yourself are only capable of delivering a certain set of results. Be very clear on what they are. And if you're not entirely clear on it, you've got to experiment and you've got to say yes to more things that make you a little bit uncomfortable right now and figure out how to do it at a high level. That's it. And then the second way is, once you figure out what you're good at and you want to keep doing it, you still got other things that need to get done, just don't need to be done by you. And that way you continue to deliver the result to the client without your direct time. And by extension, your startup is infinitely more valuable. Now I'm going to give you one last tip on the back end here. Okay. If you're really looking for how to make your firm be perceived as more valuable, right? Because on the front end, when people are looking at your firm and they're trying to figure out whether or not they should book a call with you, explore your services, pay you a premium price or not, even as a startup, there are certain things that will either go in your favor that increase the chances that they say yes or not. And the number one thing that will determine the likelihood that they see and perceive that value before they speak to you, before they hear a quote, is they're gonna judge you based on your online image, your online persona, based on how you look. And fair or unfair, that's simply the way it works. And so if you want that judgment to be in your favor, you want to be more relevant, you want to be more specific to the type of client you are looking to work with. This is the most common problem that startups make across the board that instantly decreases their perceived value. And perception is reality is one of my favorite quotes. So if you want to be perceived to be more valuable, you have to increase your relevancy by strategically picking a target market to speak to, just like I have strategically picked the target market of accounting. Well, I was kind of born into it, but I had to also make the conscious choice. I made the mistake when I first started my consulting firm. I was like, I'm going to work with everyone. And then that didn't work at all because it's really hard to be a generalist, right? You got to compete against really big companies that have huge budgets that have been established for a long time. And they just, right, you're competing against your regionals, you're competing against everybody. But then as soon as you pick a target market, right, you're more relevant. You're more valuable to the people that are in that target market, and they're far more likely to want to work with you, and they're far more likely to pay you a premium price because you have an expert status now. And that expert status allows you to deliver a higher level of result. And if we deliver a higher level of result, what have we now done? Become more valuable. So I hope that has helped you on your journey to creating an insanely valuable startup accounting firm. My name is Tyler S. Clark. If you're looking to accelerate how you can do that, there will be links floating around all down below of this video. And just do me a favor and never, ever forget that only you can create your dream firm, but we are here to help you every single step of the way. Have a fantastic rest of your workday. And by all means, go and increase your own value by building that skill set or building that team that ultimately can deliver a higher level of result on behalf of you and your firm for your clients. Have a great day, everyone.